to start here. We're going to first hear from Sara Knapp, who has been working on the Adam Schwarze for U.S. Senate campaign for several years. She's done a fabulous job. Tell us how he did down there at Farm Fest.
Well, Farm Fest, what a story. First, I'll start off how appropriate our topic tonight, about the socialism and the Marxist tactics that are coming our way. Because at Farm Fest, Adam was not allowed to speak. So for the very first time in what I'm told in Farm Fest history, the endorsed Republican candidate was not allowed on the stage. So they said it was based on that KSTP poll that had almost 30% undecided. They said he didn't poll high enough, and the farmers were upset about it. So Team Schwarze came up with a plan. So we upgraded our small table size. We got a big 50 by 50 tent, and we were outside right with the farmers, right by the entrance. Yes, it was fabulous. We'll post some pictures, it was great. And honestly, it was thanks to the farmers, because we picked out a site, and the guy who was in charge, he's like, did you see this other site here, Sara? And are you sure you want that one? And I said, well, that was our first choice, but we couldn't afford it. And he said, what if we give it to you for the same price?
Wow.
And I was like, well, that would be wonderful. So he said, we'll just shorten the lot and make that a 50 by 50 site instead of 50 by 75, and we'll give it to you. He said, because it's right by the entrance and right by where the Senate candidates will be speaking. So they took care of us, and we greeted every farmer, and that's why he's not here tonight, because he wanted to make and greet every farmer he could, and he missed out on the debate. So that's where he is. But a few things you might not know about Adam Schwarze. So he's been to over 70 countries in his 21 years of service. And he's very well educated. He has degrees in international relations. He's got an MBA. He's got degrees in nuclear deterrence. He just got endorsed by the NRA.
Yeah.
Yes, he is the only U.S. Senate candidate with that endorsement. He's also the only U.S. Senate candidate to be endorsed by the MCCL, which is the Right to Life group in Minnesota. He supports women. So what he wants to do is expand and send federal dollars for adoption services and to give women a real choice. So he wants to expand life, to give them a choice and to help them choose life. Other things I can tell you, he's been endorsed by 2 U.S. senators, Senator Tim Sheehy of Montana, and also Senator John Hoeven of North Dakota. He has also been endorsed by close to 100 Minnesota legislators, current legislators, and candidates in Minnesota, so that's wonderful. And then the last thing I'll leave you with. So he has a lot of experience, and I'll give you this analogy. So I'm well educated. I went to University of Notre Dame. I worked in politics kind of a little bit. And if I was to run for U.S. Senate, I would have staffers who would give me a brief and people in my office, and I would read that brief. It would have the recommendations, and I'd read them, and they'd say, vote this way. And I'd read them, and I'd say, okay, and I'd take their recommendations. Adam would read the same brief, and he'd say, well, I've been to this country, and, that's not true. And I fought in this war, and, these people, don't do that, and they, this weapon can't do this, or, this can't reach that far, or nuclear doesn't do this. Like, he just has a breadth of knowledge that I don't have and that many other people don't have. He's been to 70 countries, he's worked in embassies. He just has this wealth of experience that many don't have. And that's why I work my tail off, and I think he really is the best candidate. That's why he's being silenced. People, just want yes people, and they don't want independent thinkers like Adam. So I hope that you vote for him. I think he's a really good guy. I wouldn't be, I'm not a politics person, and I wouldn't have wasted my time if I didn't believe in him. And we really need votes. There's 7 people on the ballot. I don't know what's going to happen on Tuesday, but please get out the vote. We also need money. Yeah, there's 7 Republicans on the ballot, I think. Yeah. So we really do need every vote. Get your friends to vote. And if you could, we need donations. We've raised $1.4 million, but yeah, and I know, it's all grassroots. It's no PACs, it's not Washington DC money, but we've had to spend a lot of it to, just stay in the race. And so we do need donations. It would go all right to the primary, to digital, to get out the vote, that sort of thing. So thank you, and God bless you, and keep up the good fight.